So next week is Halloween, which is exciting and fun. I love Halloween, but it also means that it's time for our guts to be assaulted a bit. Even if you don't partake of Halloween candy, you soon after have Thanksgiving and other holidays where there's an abundance of food, lots of sugar. And I'm not saying don't have those treats, but let's be mindful of our gut from the way that we're treating it, the way we're supporting it, but also the way we're bringing the nervous system in to support us. If you've been following me for any length of time, I'm always bringing the brain-body biome pieces together and interweaving the nervous system regulation throughout all of it. And while I personally am not a big Halloween candy person, I used to be when I was younger, I have a birthday 4 days prior. So that means I'm going to be partaking of extra gluten-free desserts before, during, and after that time. And I know from years of gut healing and gut challenges that I need to be prepared. And a lot of the people I serve have questions about this. So I'm creating this video to support you. So one of the things to keep in mind is that you want to try and seal and heal the gut after having extra sugars and processed foods, because that can mess with the gut lining. And the mucosal membrane becomes more permeable and it can lead to a lot of issues, including leaky gut. And we don't have time in this video to get into that. But my quick tip and support for that is taking the opportunity to use products that seal and heal your gut. And certainly there are products that are somewhat of an investment, but if you've had gut issues and you want to keep your gut healthy, those are great, but that's not what I'm going to talk about today. I want to talk about what is easily accessible and very inexpensive. So a great thing to use is slippery elm bark. Now, side note, when my daughter was born, she didn't get to come through the birth canal. I ended up with a C-section after trying for 3 days with wonderful support team. And she came out via C-section, and that concerned me because she didn't get the bacteria that she would get going through the birth canal. So I made paste with different probiotics and balances of bacteria and would put it on my breast so that when she was breastfeeding, she would get it. And as soon as she could eat food, one of the first foods I gave her was slippery elm bark. And it was a little powder, and you'd put water in and paste, and it looked like baby food, and she ate it happily because she didn't know any different, right? Well, the funny thing is she loves, to this day, she's now 13, she loves slippery elm bark tea. And you could make your own tea, but if you're a busy parent trying to juggle it all, or just even for yourself trying to juggle it all, go ahead and just pick up a packet of the slippery elm bark tea. For example, the throat coat tea by Traditional Medicinals, it's organic, it's great. My daughter is drawn to drink that all year long, even when her throat's not bothering her. And I think it's because her system had it as a first food and knows that it's very nourishing for her. So that's an easy, quick way. You can even get your kids to drink that. And again, there are other ways we can work on sealing and healing the gut, but that's not what this video is about right now. And the other tools that you can do that are really easy is put a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar into 12 ounces of water. It's going to help that gut lining. It's going to work as a digestive enzyme. It's going to help with balancing blood sugars. And that's the other thing too. If we're going to partake of the sweets, this is what I'm always telling my daughter, make sure you've had your vegetables and your protein and your fiber first so that it's not a shock to your blood sugar. That's easier said than done for kids and teenagers, I realize. But if you can try to support them in these ways with these other tools too, hopefully you can keep those guts somewhat intact. The other tools, of course, that I talk about are nervous system regulation tools. And the nervous system regulation tools, like my variation of the hookup that works with the pelvic bowl, you can check out the other video on that. That's a great way to support yourself in a nervous system regulation tool, coming back to the midline, finding safety, dropping within, and then going a little bit deeper into some of the gut health. And we work with the ileocecal valve and the sigmoid colon of the colon and intestinal area to help your body feel support around that. And that's important because digestion is going to be altered when you're eating foods that you're not used to. So these are tips and tools that you can use not only at Halloween, any time of the year, but especially as we go from Halloween to Thanksgiving and go into the other holidays with more food and feasting. Using these tools, super easy, very inexpensive. The nervous system regulation ones cost nothing. Apple cider vinegar is very low cost. The tea is very low cost. So I hope you find these helpful. Now, if you want more tools like the nervous system regulation, like the digestive hookup, you can easily access that in my Poop Camp program, which is 7 days, or you could spread it out over more days, of simple, quick videos, very short, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes at the most, to support your digestion from a nervous system perspective. There's no powders or supplements with that. It's all the nervous system piece. And you can also find some of those tools in my other videos that I share free in my community here. And I hope you find this helpful. Take good care of your gut. Have fun celebrating the holidays. Just make sure to love up on your gut as you can.